Mobile phone gods, thank you for answering all my prayers in the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. Amen. Google has officially announced their lineup for their new Pixel 6 series. It is the Pixel 6 and for the first time ever, the Pixel 6 Pro. They now have a top-of-the-line flagship phone, which has some pretty awesome technology to it, and I'm excited to show you my reactions and tell you a little bit about these devices and how they are going to help you. First things though, let's talk a little bit about what you can expect from the Pixel 6. It operates Android 12. Awesome camera updates, awesome speech updates, and let's get to it. I'm Sherry Riggs, you're watching WhistleOut TV. It's not you, it's me. I'm gonna have to say goodbye to you. Literally, I'm a fan of everything about the Google Pixel 6. When can I get it? Let's talk about Google Tensor, the new chip that they made to put in a phone. They basically just said, if you want something done correctly, do it yourself. Google is too strong and powerful for any other chip out there, and nothing can keep up with us, so we made our own. The camera is impeccable on both the Pixel and the Pixel 6 Pro. Basically, the only difference between the 6 and the 6 Pro at this point that I've fully noticed is the camera quality on the Pro versus the 6. The Pro front-facing camera can film in 4K, whereas in the Pixel 6, it can't film in 4K on the front, but can on the back. The one piece of equipment or software that I really love so far about the camera is this magic eraser capability. I have seen this before in other presentations with Apple or Samsung, I can't remember both or either, but I love the ability to pick people out of a background and erase it, or things you just don't want in the background to erase from a photo. I don't know why I love that so much, but I do, and I guess I'm just vain. I want to be the only thing in a photo if it's a picture of me. Another camera feature that I haven't seen before built into a phone, maybe it's there, maybe it's like an app you can download, but on the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, it's called Face Unblur. You know, if like you're taking a picture of your friend dancing or a kid jumping up and down or playing soccer and it blurs their face, but everything else in the background is perfectly good, Face Unblur will make sure it's not blurred anymore. It'll be crystal clear, which I love as someone who likes to go out and take pictures of my friends dancing and being silly. We get lots of blurry faces. No more blurry faces. Thanks, Google. Shoot! They're still going on about this camera, and there's good reason. The next thing that I'm obsessed with is motion mode, which kind of mimics the effect of a long exposure photo. So whereas the other one where you don't want to blur, with motion mode, you can stand in front of like a concert and people behind you will be blurry, but you won't be. Or when you take a picture of a waterfall, you can feel like the waterfall is actually moving. And before, you would have to have a pretty good still hand for a long exposure photo on an iPhone or even on like a DSLR, and you'd have to have that, which costs money. But Google Pixel is making really high quality photos possible with all of these awesome software updates that I'm really impressed with. Okay, moving on from the camera now, we're going into other parts that Google is known for, like speech recognition or natural language processing. One thing that's pretty cool when you're like doing talk to text, you know how when you're talking with Siri or on your Samsung, you have to say, "Hi, comma, how are you today? Question mark. I hope you have the best day ever, exclamation point." It's like, it can be a little bit annoying, but Google is showing that it'll hear how you're talking if it ends in a question mark. If you end in a question, it'll add an exclamation or a question mark. It knows when to add commas and periods, so you don't have to add those in as you're talking, because that can just be annoying and a pain in the butt. Another cool feature of the NLP, or the natural language processing, is it's not only through like talking, it's through pictures too. So if you're in another country trying to read the signs, what does that mean? I don't know. Hold up your camera, it'll translate the words for you right there in real time. So you'll be able to catch me walking through any country, not knowing what the signs say, just constantly on my phone. I could see this being a real help and a real hindrance to me living my vacation through a phone, trying to make sure I know what everything is, because I get kind of anxious, but I digress. It is a really cool tool, really helpful. I'm excited to get a Pixel and test all of these features out because they seem really, really awesome. Literally, I'm a fan of everything about the Google Pixel 6. When can I get it? The Pixel 6 comes out to about $600, $599. The Pixel 6 Pro, although a little bit more expensive but still lower price than any other flagship phone on the market, is $899, which is Like I said, steep, but not as steep as what you're gonna get with a flagship Galaxy or Apple device. One thing I really love about Google software is their speech recognition and being able to communicate with anybody, no matter what country you're in. And I'm just thinking soon we'll all be just speaking through Google. Google will be our common language. I hate it and I love it all at the same time. Let's talk the design of the Pixel. I'm obsessed. I love that it's color blocked. I think it's fresh and sleek. I am a huge fan. They just announced the Pixel 6 Pro has a front camera that shoots 4K video, which is incredibly impressive and something that many phones just don't have or offer. So for content creators such as myself or anybody who just wants high quality front-facing videos, this is a game changer. I'm really stoked. One thing I'm obsessed with is this interactive interface. So depending on what your background picture is, all of the other colors and highlights and different contours of the phone and buttons will change to match your background of your screensaver or your opening picture, whatever it may be. Google Pixel, the new Material You software they've developed, will customize your whole phone to kind of match the aesthetic, which is, I'm impressed. I love that. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. It's like, why doesn't every phone have that? Good job, Google. One thing Google is really focusing on with these new devices is showing you and telling you how much longer they want you to keep your phone. They're trying to help you extend the life of your phone between upgrades so you can save money. They haven't said that saving money part specifically, but they have said they want to extend the life of your phone. And one way they're doing that is by promising security updates to Pixel 6s for 5 years. That's a really long time. I would be curious to know how many people out there keep a phone for 5 years, but all of the information and technology they're packing into Pixel 6 and all of these upgrades promised for 5 years could potentially be really, really attractive to many people who want to save some money and not have to upgrade every other year to get the best tech. One thing that I am cynical about with Google, they're kind of going through all of these security things they're adding to this phone to make it the most secure smartphone ever. At the same time, Google knows more about me and has more personal information than probably my closest friends and family. Like, Google could ruin me. Not that they would, but I mean, not that I have anything to be ruined by, but it's like, if I did, they could release some info. They have everything on me, you know? So it's like, we're gonna keep you secure, but we also know everything about you. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna freaking buy the phone. I want it real bad. I'm gonna get it. But I got my eye on you, Google. I see you. The only thing I haven't liked about this whole presentation and the new Pixel lineup is partnering with Snapchat. First of all, who still uses Snapchat? Maybe I'm behind the times. I haven't been on Snapchat in ages, but they have literally created a tap shortcut. Tap the back of the phone twice and you open Snapchat. That's gonna get real freaking annoying real quick for many people who don't like Snapchat, such as myself. I'm sure there's gonna be a way to turn that mode off so you can like change that shortcut and double tap to something else, but dang, I hate it. I hate it. I am very excited about these phones. If I was going to choose which one to get, I might get the 6 Pro for the 4K front-facing camera, but that's $300 more than just the Pixel 6, which has some really awesome capabilities by itself. So I would choose to pocket $300, only spend $600 on the Pixel 6 and go on with my day. But if you're a content creator, really want that awesome high-quality front-facing content, then the Pixel 6 Pro is definitely for you. Which one of these phones are you going to get? Are you intrigued by them? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Sherry Riggs. Thanks for watching.